This week on NBA 2K TV, we're inside the bubble with Washington Mystics and 2K fan Aerial Powers. Plus, we're talking 2K21 with Mike Wang and Agent Zero. We check in with community members, and we have some hints on what you can expect from my team in 2K21. That's all happening now.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV.
These are exciting times. The NBA is back. The WNBA is back.
I don't know about you, Chris, but I absolutely love seeing live basketball on my screen once again. It's glorious.
It is awesome, and it's been fun to see what the players are doing to keep busy inside the bubble. A lot of them, of course, are hooping on NBA 2K.
Yeah, speaking of which, one WNBA player, Aerial Powers, is even hosting her own 2K tournament, and we caught up with her to talk about the upcoming WNBA season and, of course, her 2K game. Take a look. Aerial Powers, welcome to 2K TV. So excited to have you on. I've wanted to have you on the show for a long time, so I am super excited that you're here right now. I know you're in the WNBA bubble. How is that and what's going on?
It's great. My internet is back and active, so I am in a wonderful state right now.
What have you been up to in the bubble?
Just right now, getting ready to start trying to stay prepared and stay healthy, and then of course doing my stream and stuff.
Well, tell us a little bit more about your streaming activity.
I 2K, of course, as it's not a lot of things going on right now. Sports are finally getting back into the world, right? So that's what I've been doing.
So I know you're big into 2K. What modes do you jump into?
Right now, my favorite is actually going to the park and playing 3v3 and also Pro-Am. A little bit more Pro-Am now because 3v3 sometimes is like not as realistic as I think 5v5 is.
So the WNBA is in...
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets.
And you know for that Pelicans game, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with the victory.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Even though Che's been in the league a short time, guys, he's been in the spotlight for quite a while. No surprise that the shoe companies have taken notice. They're looking to capitalize on his notoriety. Thus, he lands the big-time endorsement deal. I suppose any press is good press. Guys?
Thank you, David. I think we all knew a shoe deal would be coming his way at some point.
Well, it's the benefit of being a star in college for 4 years. You've established yourself as a household name, and Che's people are leveraging that.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5 down low. And for the Clippers, we've got Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's George in at the shooting guard. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Now, here is George. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed him. Here's Robertson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And last season, Andre Robertson missing so much time due to injury. Think back in his career, he's been a pivotal piece for the Thunder for so long. His absence was clearly felt.
The free throw drops for Robertson. And with Robertson, you're missing his versatility on the defensive end.
It's no secret that he is out there due to his incredible defense. This guy can guard forwards, he can guard guards, and his reach is so important to this defensive scheme.
No good on the second free throw.
Well, an elite perimeter defender, Andre Robertson uses that impressive length to bother players. What a solid role player this guy has become. Boy, doesn't get any easier than that. What a size advantage, and just goes to work.
Ball against Williams. Paul can't get it to go. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, every time out, it's a learning experience to some degree, but that's not what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Greg, it hurts a little more when you play well and fail to close out a game. That was one they should have won.
Now here's Adams, coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia.
Steven Adams is improving on the offensive end, and given his size and strength, he's effective from inside.
Pass to Morris. George with the ball. And he drops it in from the low post. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get it to the right guy, get a high percentage look, and that's the kind of game they want to play tonight.
Early on, players vying for larger roles and more minutes, and Doris, always interesting to see how all of that materializes.
Yeah, Kev, I think unless you have a veteran team who's maybe been in the playoffs and established themselves, there's nothing set in stone yet. Obviously, guys are looking to prove themselves from the very moment that ball is tipped up in the air. And who gets a rhythm early? Who starts off strong? Let's see.
I'm looking forward to it as well. On the clock. A three from Morris. That shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
It's a fairly even matchup, and both sides want to take that leap into the league's upper echelon. So let's see what signs we see of progress tonight.
And he makes the first. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Will go for a different look here. Zubats is checked in for Harrell. Patterson comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamit's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Chase subbed in for Williams. And a new kid in here for the third. Noel's checked in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Robertson. Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
No good on the free throw.
You know, what's fascinating to me is four-year players in college can have a great reputation because of the experience they gain, but they can also see their stock fall because they're not talented enough to go after just 1 or 2 years.
Murray's checked in for George. And he's good on the second. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
They feed off the energy of Dennis Schroeder, and when he gets these opportunities, he makes the most of them.
Jay outside. The baseline Jay. Here's Zubats, and the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Inside, Gallinari trying to get open. It's good from Schroeder on the assist from Gallinari.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
He lobs up the alley-oop hit.